My next guest is the co-founder and CEO of Printr, and what they do is they build 3D printers. It's a company that builds 3D printers in Netherlands. So I take it they just arrived to Dubai recently. Let's give them a hand. Remco Katz for the Netherlands.
Let's see. There we go. All right, my name is Remco Katz. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Printr. With me is Chris. He's the COO and also the co-founder. We're a young startup from the Netherlands consisting of 7 people. We strive to making 3D printing more accessible to every consumer. And we also have a wireless technology that allows you to use a 3D printer anywhere in the world. Ever since man walked the world, we have had the urge to create and being creative while making stuff. This process that we call evolution is done by building tools. Tools to hunt and gather, tools to move around, and tools to communicate. However, these tools are only as powerful as the user that has them. You can only benefit from a tool if you know how to use it. The same goes for 3D printing. Only people who know how to use a 3D printer and the entire process around it can use it. There we go. This image here demonstrates the feelings that the average Joe gets while thinking of 3D printing. It actually represents where we are in 2014 when it comes to 3D printing. Basically, we're still at the caveman level, and we believe that Printr can help going beyond that level. Next one. Now my colleague Chris will explain more about the platform, how we work, and demonstrate some images.
Good afternoon. So I'm here to introduce the Printr platform to all of you. This is the first time we present our platform to the general public. So our platform is built around 3 sections. It's make, select, and upload. Right now there are a lot of model stores that you can use to select files and then have them printed somewhere or print them at your own printer. But most people don't know how to do that. It's difficult to download models, know what file type you should use, and upload them again. So that's why we want to focus on the making part. Because people want to be creative. 3D printing should be used as a tool to be creative and not as a tool because it's 3D printing. So we want to help people be creative and use 3D printing as a tool to do that. We need apps to get 3D printing to the masses. People should be able to easily use an app to make models or customize models and then have them printed somewhere. Apps can include the iPad app of makers, like sculpting. So you have a ball of clay and you can sculpt on your iPad. You can use dragging of different models together to create, for instance, a house. You can select colors to create your own custom color scheme for a model. You can customize models, or you can adapt models to the situation that you want them to be in. This is an example of an app that uses shapes that can be dragged together to create a bigger shape, and those shapes can be unique for everyone that uses this app. It's really easy because you don't have to start working with lines and edges and drag them around the screen. You just grab a cube or a circle, put them together, and you already have your own custom model. This is another example. It's a birdhouse project, and you can select different colors for different parts of the birdhouse and then have it printed somewhere, and there will be lots of these printed around the world. For developers, 3D printing should be accessible, and that's why we are introducing a 3D printing application software development kit, which uses APIs and tools to let developers integrate 3D printing right into their apps. Right now there are a lot of modeling apps, but they don't include 3D printing because they don't know how to add 3D printing to their apps. Our tools will allow developers to do that and make it very easy for people to start 3D printing. We give them guidance during the whole process. We have examples for our apps that can be used to get people started on developing their own 3D printing apps. And we provide a user base for these developers to start testing their apps and after that launch apps to the general public. So, on the left here, there's a computer with a model on it and it's in an app. On the right, there's a printer. The big problem right now is how to get this model from the app to the printer. So most people do right now download the model, put it on an SD card, put the SD card in the printer and then start printing. And they have to watch the printer the whole time because if it fails, they have to try again and again and again. It's really difficult. What we want to do is just hit the print button and stream it directly to your printer without needing to download the model and fool around with it because it's really difficult. You can print at your own printer, but if you don't have a printer, you can select one of the printing locations that we are collecting worldwide. We have a beta going on right now with over 100 printers in 15 countries that you can select to print your unique models created in one of the easy-to-use applications. So we want to bring 3D printing to everyone, not just people who can model really well or know how to use 3D printers, but everyone who wants to get in touch with 3D printing. And we use that with apps, a software development kit, remote printing, and print locations all over the world.
All right, so right now we're going to show you a video. This is from the first prototype. It's not the best production video you've ever seen, but at least it gives you an example of how the technology works. So we can play the video now. So as you can see, we work at home sometimes and then we make videos. What you could see here was the process of actually sending a file wirelessly to the printer. You could see the Raspberry Pi programmable board. That's the thing that receives it right now. In the future, this would be a complete case that you could buy with your 3D printer, or actually some manufacturers that we're talking with right now are going to build our technology within their printer, so you won't need anything else except for the printer and our platform. Right now, we can answer some questions if there are any. Yeah. I guess not. Okay, good. That was our presentation. Thank you for listening.